Hello again. We're getting ready to do the next lesson, which will be for actually today's lecture if we were to meet in class. And we're going to talk about measurement of data. And we're going to start first with measures of central tendency. And measures of central tendency is something that is used a lot. Many of you are not, this isn't new to you, this is not strange. And the first ones I'm going to put out, measures of central tendency. What are they? They are ways to describe the center of a set of data. Okay, so ways to describe the center of a set of data. So the first thing we're going to look at is what are those ways? Well, we have the mean, the median, and the mode. Those are the three ways to describe the center. The mean, this is called the average of all data values. We use that one all the time. You average your grade and you find out what kind of grade you have in the class. You average all the numbers of people at different events and you find out the average attendance for the series of events. We look at temperature for a month. And we add them up, divide by the number of temperatures we have, and we get an average temperature for the month. So we're looking for the mean in a lot of different data. So this is not a new idea. The median is the middle data point, data value, okay? And the middle data value, you have to arrange the data smallest to largest to find the middle value. So this is a real definite requirement that must take place in order for you to figure out the median. The last one is the mode. And the mode is the most frequent. Therefore, to even have a mode, you must have at least two different values. So if we have a set of data which is all the same numbers, such as 5, 5, 5, 5, this doesn't have a mode because they're all exactly the same number. So there is no mode for that data. The median and the mean will be exactly the same thing because they're all the same number. So that's what we do. We also have measures of dispersion. And we're not going to go into the second measure of dispersion in this lecture, but we will later. Okay, the first measure of dispersion is the range. We're going to do that one. And the last measure of dispersion is called the standard deviation. And we're going to go into that in another lesson, so we're not too concerned about that today. So the range, which is a dispersion, in other words, how far apart is it? And so the range is the difference of largest minus smallest value. How big is it? So that's the measure of dispersion and the three measures of central tendency that we're going to do. So let's look first at a small set of data and start figuring it out. So here's me a small set of data. 14, 5, 7, 11, 9, 7, 12, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. So there is 8 numbers in my data set. Always count it, because sometimes you skip one or you forget one or you don't get a copy down. So you have to be careful to make sure you get all the numbers done. So first of all, let's look at how do we find the mean of this set of data. So the mean is done by simply adding up all the data points, which is 71 is the sum of those data points, divide by the number of data points, and this is equal to 8.9. Notice, I didn't round it to 9, guys. Be sure to keep at least a tenth unless the directions tell different. If the directions say round to the 100th place, then that's what you round to. If it says round to the 1000th place, then you round to that. Some of you have a real bad habit of rounding everything to a whole number. Not acceptable, guys. Round it where they say to round it, because it makes a difference in your answers. So 8.9 is my mean. So what is the median? Well, first of all, I'm going to have to arrange them from smallest to largest. So I've got 5, 7, oh, got a 6. Better get them in order. 5, 6. Then I've got 2 7s. And then 9, 11, 12, and 14. 2, 4, 6, 8. Got them all. Okay, now, there's 2 ways to do this. One way, because this is a small set of data, I can put my fingers on the first and last and work in till I get to the center. In this case, because there's an even number of data points, my 2 center values are 7 and 9. So you add the 2 center values, divide by 2, and you're going to end up with 8. So my median is equal to 8. So it's right between those two, which is an important thing to know. Okay, so that's your median. Your median is not always a data point. Sometimes it is, sometimes it is not. If you have a large set of data, what's another way to calculate your median and find it? First of all, they have to be in order, and then you take the number of data points, which in this case is 8, add 1 to it, and divide it by 2, and that will help you find it. So 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. And since it's 4.5, you know it's going to lie between the 4th and the 5th data point. So again, that tells you that you will have to average those 2 points and get that middle number between the two. Okay, so that is the median. Now let's look at the mode. The mode is the most frequent. Okay, so which one is the most frequent in our data set? Well, I have 2 7s. It's the only one that is repeated. Therefore, 7 is my mode. And that gives you your basic ones of your mean, median, mode, which are your measures of central tendency. They're really important to know that. And the last thing we're going to look at is the range. In this case, our range is 14 minus 5, and that is equal to 9. And therefore, my range is 9. So for that small data set, we have found the mean, the median, and the mode, and the range. Let's see. Okay, sometimes we're going to stop with that and do another part in another video. Okay, so